I don't know how to do YouTube intros, so let me just... Wait, where's my...
Mom, I need my soapbox!
So originally this was just gonna be a video about how putting mechs into Fortnite was the worst idea since putting a pedophile into a movie called Baby Driver.
I was just blinded by the balls on that kid.
But while I was doing some digging for the Fortnite video, I found just a bottomless pit of really shady ass stuff that Epic Games has been up to. So we'll get into that after we talk about the... Before I get into this whole debacle, I do want to address a few comments I made in a previous video that just didn't age well. Am I in focus?
I wrote you a letter, Fortnite. I wrote you a letter. Let's get right into it. Dear Fortnite, stop. Stop it.
Actually, that one aged just fine. No, here it is.
There is a right way to add updates. Let me tell you how. As soon as something new comes out, you should pick it up and go, holy shit, this is broken.
I'm sorry. It's not who I am anymore. So in that video from, holy shit, 2 years ago, I was talking about how the new guns were hot trash. They were completely unusable. Seems like we may have, I don't know, overcompensated a little bit. Like, do you guys remember the sword? The, what was the Infinity Blade? Just become Marvel, please. If you don't remember it, let me give you just a brief refresher. You could basically launch yourself through buildings and destroy anything within crusading distance. It was game breaking.
Another elimination. He's on a killing spree. Oh my word! He's picked up 8 eliminations, 10 eliminations.
He's a god!
It basically ruined that whole tournament. Epic did take the hint and they vaulted the Infinity Blade, which fine, but they didn't learn their lesson. Like, fast forward to season 10, which was 2 weeks ago, Fortnite added these Spy Kids 3D looking ass mechs that are invincible and completely game breaking. They can launch you through buildings and basically one hit anyone within crusading distance. Does that sound familiar? It should! The game's just not fun anymore. And that's coming from someone that played it since day one of free to play. So now there's this huge trend of players quitting for good, and giant streamers like Ninja, Tim the Tatman, and Tfue.
And I'm the first person to stand up and say, this is fucked, this is not right, this is not cool. This is fucking bullshit.
Tfue. And what's Epic Games' response? I'm glad you asked. It's this little thing that I like to call community manipulation. Epic Games has demonstrated on just a multitude of occasions that they don't give a single solitary flying wet inside out Taco Bell shit about their community. And it shows, because do you guys remember those 2 guys that got caught cheating in a tournament qualifier? And so Epic punished them by inviting them to the World Cup, which has a minimum payout of 50,000 crisp greenback freshly minted US dollars.
You know what? Is that actually happened? Of course it happened.
Yeah, that happened in real life. That's an actual thing that happened. Guess what else happened in real life? That was a brilliant segue. Another thing that happened in real life is an ex-moderator of the Fortnite BR subreddit came out and exposed Epic Games for just blatant community manipulation. They literally bribe the top moderators of that subreddit to promote positive, like game positive posts, and to take down posts that would start controversies or maybe shed negative light upon Epic Games as a company or Fortnite as a game. So the whole subreddit is literally just a PR manipulation tool. It's disgusting. So instead of discussing problems about the game there, the community made their own subreddit for it. Oh, I love it so much. I love it. It's literally the biggest backfire since the Hindenburg. So I'm not like advertising the subreddit or anything, but go subscribe to r fuck Epic. It's the top link in the description of this video. Unfortunately, this is where the video takes kind of a turn, because we got to talk about some now people will take me seriously. So, Epic Games wants to compete with Steam, which, that might be the funniest sentence I've ever said.
Never go in against
Valve Corporation.
when death is on the line.
So they've got their little Epic Games launcher and they're Epic Games store, but all it took was a couple 2000 IQ big brain hackers on Reddit who are definitely not fedora-toting neckbeards to take a peek under the hood and find some really messed up stuff. First thing they found is the fact that the Epic Games launcher, upon installation, like before you download any games at all, will get its dirty little mitts involved with the Steam app data. They will literally go into the Steam app data and duplicate the Steam local configuration file, which contains your friends list, the games you play, and how often/long you play those games. It copies that file over and then encrypts it so that Steam doesn't even notice the breach in security. I know. What's really interesting though is how Epic Games responded to this expose Reddit post, which was getting a decent amount of traction. The vice president of engineering at Epic Games commented on this Reddit post with a really vague comment that honestly raised more questions than it answered. I'm not on crack. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay, check this out. We use a tracking pixel for our Support a Creator program. But creators are paid based on V-Buck purchases within Epic Games. So they don't need to track anything on your local system to do that. They just need to track their traffic through their own store. We only import your Steam friends with your explicit permission. Except there's proof that that's a lie in the original post he's responding to, which demonstrates how it actually copies that data during installation. There's no permission given unless there's some sort of hidden fine print during the installation process. Not to mention the fact that if it was totally above board, they wouldn't have to rename and encrypt that file. They could just let it be, or better yet, just access the file directly without even duplicating it or encrypting it. And then he just says, Epic is controlled by Tim Sweeney, period. Why is this even in the post? What does the name of your CEO have to do with privacy breaches? And also, why does Tim Sweeney totally look like someone that should be named Sweeney? It really fits him. The name really fits him. But possibly the weirdest and most suspicious thing about this Reddit comment by Epic's VP of Engineering is the fact that it has 4 Reddit Gold, 1 Reddit Silver, and only 8 upvotes. So this is only speculation, like I don't have any proof of this, but Reddit awards tend to give legitimacy to a post, right? You see the Reddit Gold and you go, oh, someone agrees with this enough to give money to support this. So this post has lots of awards, but no actual metrics that show that people actually do agree with it in terms of the voting mechanic on Reddit. So my speculation is that Epic Games is artificially manipulating the public perception of this comment to make it seem more legitimate than it actually is. It makes no sense. But meanwhile, based on the actual voting mechanics, it's a super unpopular comment. So to wrap things up, delete Fortnite, uninstall Epic Games Launcher, and most importantly, wait, I am legally obliged to end this video with a self-promo, so if you subscribe to me on Twitch, I will literally mail you a fistful of stickers. Hold on. I have so many, I bought 2,000 of these and they're really cute, and I don't need 2,000 stickers.